Welcome back, Kingston, to another NTW3 battle. Today we have a clan battle. This is posted in the Lord's NTW3 Discord. A clan battle between the Rheinbund and RC clans. Now this is going to be a fight with, let's see, we have the Coalition being on the side we are viewing. You have a 9-point Suvorov, a 10-point, well, should I even try? No, I'm not even going to try. You guys can see that. A 9-point Nondorf and a 7-point Hohenzollern. Probably butchered that too. On the other side, you have a 12-point Bonaparte, a 11-point Moreau, a 6-point Dessay, and a 6-point Suchet. So, this map is, I believe, a historical map. I believe it is, yeah, it's Marengo. And the French start out with one army way up here, facing off against Coalition, with the rest of the reinforcing armies way in the back. One, I think, starts right here, and then two in the way back. Makes it for an interesting fight. Now, apologize if my voice starts fading again. Still fighting off a cold, but, you know, you gotta, when you see a good replay, you have to just watch it, you know? And I'm pretty excited to watch this one. Like I said, a lot of very skilled players. This should end up being a very bloody, very close match, just like all the other ones. Now, we do have a cavalry engagement going for a square, and getting repulsed. Ooh, getting some shots against some Ulanen. We're immediately going to pull away. Skirmishers setting up more infantry. I'm assuming they can form a square. It does look like we may have some dragoons trying to go around. I'm hearing some volley fire already. Yeah, we have a volley that was fired by France, and they're going to beat a hasty retreat. And then, of course, we're going to have some skirmishers, who are or not, some light infantry. We're going to pour in a volley of their own. And France is going to, I think they're going to try to hold this. Usually, this is not the place to hold. This is the place where you fall back to this line of defense. If you look here, oh, did they break them? Another square got formed. The skirmishers did break, but the cavalry got them. Suvorov is pushing up some Grens. What I was saying is usually this line's where France usually ends up defending. But guys, Suvorov is a rather terrifying faction to play against, in my opinion. Anytime I've played against Suvorov, it's been just rough. They're fast, they shoot well, and the melee is just hell. Oh, they're setting up stakes, and they're getting charged while putting they've got the stakes up. Wow. The timing on that. Now, Suvorov is still pushing up here. So they are starting to push this right flank quite hard from France as Suvorov pushes forward the entirety of his army. We do have masses of cavalry and infantry. Tons of heavy cavalry. Look at all the heavy cav. Oh, this is gonna be hell for France. They are not gonna like to deal with this much heavy cav. That's at least 4 units. Oh man. Now Suvorov is gonna roll down this road. He does have an edge. He does have a flank. France still holding here, guys. They have not fallen back. Like I was saying before, usually the best place to defend is right here because you have this river. You have a nice slow area that, you know, it takes forever to march across this. And they can hold all along to the town and then the open field on the other side. But France is going to try and make a stand here. We'll see how well that goes for him. So far, not too many losses. A skirmisher, an infantry, maybe. Some sappers that set up some stakes. He is holding fast. But Suvorov is just pushing past him, trying to go for an encircle. Maybe they're going to go for a lightning fast tactic very early on. Maybe try to, I don't know, encircle, destroy one army. Then we have 3 French armies left. And here's 1, and then there's 2. And where's the 3rd? Maybe he's right here. So 2 French armies, actually. So Suvorov, they may not build and encircle an entire French army, but I'm assuming France is mobilizing to the right flank and letting the reinforcing French army take up this left side. That's not where they're really getting pushed. We have skirmishers set up, some dragoons, and line infantry, but Suvorov looks like he may be trying to go on the offensive again. Yeah, he's going full out offense. Definitely going full on. And we have another, the 7-pointer pushing the left side, so probably going to engage this French army to protect Suvorov's left flank. Oh my gosh, the fire already just crippling some of this French army here. And Suvorov's grenades just look amazing. You see the French are falling back. But they're having a slow and steady retreat. Not giving up a lot of ground without taking some fire and giving fire to the enemy. Now we do have a huge center push. These guys are going to be a little slower. L2 going to take a little longer to get up to the front. But still, especially with so much heavy cav, this French army better be careful here. This may be a huge mistake for them, delaying their retreat. This whole center is probably going to get hit pretty hard, if I were to guess. And Suvorov is hovering on the flank now. Suvorov's got to watch out because another French army has made its appearance here. So Suvorov's just going to have to protect himself until this other HRE army pushes up, and then they can take a little of the pressure off of Suvorov. So Suvorov can keep pushing forward. Now, France has an excellent position when it comes to what they have left in front of them, which is a river and a forest. So they're going to see the cavalry coming. I mean, they already do. So they already are going to have to figure this out. I'm curious what they're going to do to stop this. If they are going to stop this, they may not be able to. We have a lot of infantry just constantly pushing forward. France, they got to be concerned here. I would be very concerned seeing Suvorov's light infantry, more grenadiers behind, and then more infantry behind that, plus huge. This is going to be heavy cav right down the center, I guarantee you. Oh, France is over. But at this point, it'd be better to stand and try to shoot as many as possible. If they're running away, they're just going to get charged down and never even fire a shot. Which is probably why they have not done anything. They're just pushing up masses of reserves, probably pushing up a general, pushing up cavalry. They're probably going to, this is going to be a stand and fight situation here. If they can meet them in the middle here, because this is about to pop off, guys. Oh my goodness, buckle your seats. You can feel the intensity increasing, the fire, and here we go. Squares get formed on both sides. Suvorov pushing forward, grenadiers to support this. This is a textbook assault. However, France is receiving it quite well, sending in the squares. But now Suvorov is going to push the infantry because they have formed squares, so they're not going to shoot as well. Yep, this is going to be the biggest bit of fighting here. France countering with some infantry on two different sides here. Heavy cav has fallen back. Beautifully received, actually, against Suvorov. One of the units is already redlining. The heavy cav probably is going to push in again, but you see the reserve pushing forward as well. But Suvorov actually... Well, if anything, they've tied up. I would have gone with heavy cav again. These guys aren't going to be able to form square. They are stuck in melee. And another heavy cav charge. Beautifully done, but they're getting shot in the flank. This is kind of concerning. They're losing a decent amount of men. The columns are advancing all along the side, guys. Look at this. The whole front is pushing. France falling back, leaving a square. This heavy has lost quite a few men, but now some... Ooh, Bavarians pushing forward. Some fresh reinforcements pushing forward here on the flank. France trying to receive this whole 7-pointer that is pushing forward masses of infantry. France has actually done quite well. Props to them. They've actually broken two grenadiers of Suvorov and not really taking a whole lot of losses. So that was the way to stop a fight. Man, that was well done. Well executed. Artillery on the flank to protect this right side. Even pushing forward with a contingent of French soldiers quite well. They're going to put a lot of pressure on this coalition line. The roar of musket fire, guys, it is just getting louder and more constant versus dying away. We have the 7-pointer now pushing directly into the French flank. Probably hoping to relieve pressure from the center, force more reinforcements to have to peel over towards this right flank. This is a 7-pointer, but he has a ton of infantry in this fight so far. A ton of infantry to push on that flank. This, I wouldn't be surprised if this French center, or I guess maybe the left flank now, this is the left flank, is going to get worn down by the coalition. They probably are they're throwing in reinforcements maybe. What a beautiful fight here so far. Yeah, France is looking pretty scattered on the defense here, guys. They don't have a lot of troops. Keep in mind, it's 2 armies, guys, trying to hold back 4, basically. If you look at oh yeah, look at that. so many infantry columns pushing forward. France is stretched so thin. They are going to have to fall back a little bit just in order to cover all their bases. Skirmishers getting bayonet charged by some infantry. The heavy cav is resting up here. They're trying to keep it away for now. Obviously, I'm curious what they're going to do with this whole French advance. France could actually peel up here and start firing on the flank, although, artillery set up to defend the right flank for the coalition, some 10-pounders. Excellent placement for that artillery as well. France is actually going to pull his artillery probably more central, as that's where they are going to be hitting a lot more enemy. This center, this is the dead center, guys, and it's looking kind of weak. And you can see that obviously the coalition noticed that too. Look at these columns of grenadiers going straight in with some musketeers kind of forming up, shooting, and the grenadiers walking. But France is ever vigilant. France has seen it coming, and they're doing what you should do in this case, which is run away. Artillery set up in a beautiful position. France may have to stop at some point and let the artillery maybe try to kill some of this Suvorov, and actually it is working quite well. What a beautiful battle, guys. Beautiful battle. Oh, we have cavalry going in. Now they do hit a square, but still, that should give Suvorov enough of a chance. Alright, so I got interrupted by a small fan emergency. Alright, what I was saying was Suvorov charging it against France. France formed a square to deal with those dragoons, and now actually managed to get that square out of there. We have a nice line back here that is pouring in fire, trying to protect the retreating French troops. So kind of like a rear guard action. We have a nice screen of skirmishers here near the center. Maybe more cavalry pushing forward now, going straight for this French army. France just constantly, guys, they are trying to delay, put some distance between themselves and the enemy. They just need to delay until the French reinforcements get there. And the coalition know they have a limited amount of time before, I'm assuming this is the 12-pointer that's in the way back. Before the 12-pointer gets there. Oh man, this is not looking too good for the French. And this is where the coalition have found an inn. They have broken through the lines. Quite literally, a whole section of the French lines is getting broken, and the reinforcements need to be rushed over just to save that side. You can see the 7-pointer pushing directly for this town. They're exploiting the weak portion of the French lines. Another heavy cav charge going up against more squares, not working well. I'm surprised they haven't shipped a heavy cav over to this side. But I guess they are tying down this one French army. This French army holding beautifully. Over here, not so much. Not so much. Things are not looking particularly beautiful for the French. And we have Suvorov still going in for the enemy. Now we do also have a counter-charge cavalry charging in. Unfortunately, Suvorov did have squares and was able to stop that fight dead in its tracks. But still now Suvorov and the HRE working in coordination to push here on this right flank. Still no reinforcements from the 12-pointer. I hope it doesn't arrive too late. Oh man, this is turning into a bit of a mess here. But you can see the push going for the flank, breaking French troops, French cav everywhere. This flank even starting to crumble a little bit. And then the reserve lines pushing forward. This is going quite well for the French, or for the coalition. Enemy general has been killed. Oh no. This French army, I think, on this right flank is almost dead. That's right. It's kind of tough taking on two armies at once. This fight seems to just be kind of a delaying action. Both sides not being super persistent. France is holding quite well, but, you know, there is a flank that is about to roll over them if they don't pull out of here. And I think they're about to start pulling out of this battle, maybe trying to reinforce themselves in the town with a 12-pointer pushing forward. The heavy cav once again assaulting this French line, but not still looking too good for them. Not able to get a really decisive charge. The cavalry running down some more musketeers. LOC was taken now. Suvorov has the opposite side of the bank. This is going to be difficult for the French to actually make a retreat. And, oh, we are seeing the beginnings of another French army making their appearance. Oh my goodness, just in the nick of time, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. The coalition may be able to encircle this French army. The French are in a ever-tightening circle here, trying to make the best of their situation. Man, the death already in just this one small area. Not wanting to give up. And they still hold this hill, barely, but they do hold the hill for now. However, we do see some cavalry, some hussars charging in here. Gonna go for that artillery piece, along with infantry as well. This may be the beginning of the end of this hill assault, or a hill defense, I should say. But there is a French attack that is going to be starting to develop here on the flank. Either that or they're going to try to break through and take the Suvorov flank. You can see France is actually trying to defend this side so the French army can retreat. More musketeers charging in against some skirmishers now. We're looking like we're getting a little bit closer of an attack by the coalition in the forward position. France sending in even more cavalry to try to staunch the bleeding here from this hill defense. Starting to really look a little shaky here. 12-pointers starting to pour in more and more troops. This may have literally been just in the nick of time. I'm assuming this is a 12-pointer. Maybe it's not. We now have artillery set up, and they're trying to take a less direct approach. I wonder if they're losing. They don't seem to be getting very aggressive. I wonder if they're losing the line fight. They don't seem to be. These Austrians are holding quite well. More dragoons charging in. They hit a square. Oh, man. Another general? Oh, man. Oh, that's disaster. Oh, wow, the artillery. This artillery, which is in a very nice position. Pouring fire right there. Man, that was well placed. The heavy cav is now shifting over here. Oh wow, France sending in some grenadiers. And this French army, yep, they have an attack that is starting to develop. The 7-pointer is pushing up their reserves to kind of deal with the flank to protect their push so they can keep pushing on the French. Fresh French troops on the field. Looks like the heavy cav still engaged. They did charge in to defend their lines as well. Some squares formed by some guard. Looks like young guard or old guard. Maybe it's just Grenz. Either way, this French army still holding fast near the LSC, clinging on there. Oh, artillery set up in a beautiful position to defend. They can pull back from this hill. Quite honestly, they can pull back a lot further and force the coalition to actually push down the hill into the French guns. I'm trying to figure out where the mass... There's a huge mass of infantry right here for the coalition, but then there's also in the center quite a lot of infantry for the coalition. Maybe they're going to try to push down this hill and attack, but they're going straight into guns, so I'm surprised they're not trying to push on this side where the artillery can't reach. Like, mass the infantry over here and then push right on this bottom side of the hill. Go right straight at them. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Suvorov is readjusting here. This 7-pointer actually falling back. Man, he's actually not doing too hot. France has set up quite the line. He's falling back. I don't know if they have artillery, but artillery may be a good idea for this situation. These troops are going to be dead. I think they have decent morale too, or melee as well. So very, very deadly, very good at shooting. They will shred up the enemy line rather effectively. And things have kind of stabilized here for the French now that their ally has arrived to stop this right flank that was swinging in on them. Our coalition's left flank, I should say. It was swinging in, and the only reason it stopped was because of this French army throwing themselves in the way, setting up. Obviously, you could tell they were planning it. Well done so far. I mean, the battle's not even halfway over, and already I've seen some really amazing coordination and gameplay. I love it. I love it. Now, the center seems to be actually dying off just because the artillery has set up. And whenever artillery sets up, usually you will find most players, when you know a thing or two, you don't go into guns unless you have to. Most sides will pull back or fight somewhere else. You can see the coalition is actually pulling back a little bit, so these artillery pieces can't hit them. It does appear that Suvorov is shifting over here, cavalry shifting over. They may be trying to focus down once again the enemy on this one isolated flank. And that could be a viable strategy. They have a lot. The 7-pointer has a lot of infantry. They can push up, soak up a lot of damage for at least a little bit, while then the Suvorov, Grenz, maybe some cavalry, heavy cav, pushes forward and does a counterattack. I don't know where the heavy cav way back here, trying to keep away from that artillery piece, trying to rest themselves up, just being defensive with the cav. France is actually advancing here on the left flank. Well, this seems like a very defensible position with the artillery, cavalry, and infantry. Don't know if France is actually going to make that work. We may have the first of a few attacks being made, the beginnings of one, against the French. That's a picture, isn't it? Oh, do we have cavalry making an engagement? Making a push here? Some lancers going in. That was not going to be a very effective charge. If you charge sideways on infantry, your cav will actually run in front and get shot. So you have to either go from the front or from the side, or from the back, I should say. And that's probably why they pulled out of that charge. You know, they didn't form square. Just, you know, be wise with your cav, you know? Don't throw it away. But it does look like there is going to be a push being made over here. I guarantee you. He knows this infantry can't form square. Yeah, see what I mean? I just said it. You will run right in front and he'll shoot you, and it actually will hurt them around. Now I think they'll still be fine, especially infantry pushing up to support them. But it's still not, you know. It still hurts. And they're sitting, I say, right on the angle of this square, so they can't form a square. And now the fighting begins on the flank. I think this is where the movement's going to be made. Oh no, a general. Oh, Napoleon. Is that Napoleon? Oh no. Okay, so this actually was the Dessay. That was Dessay right there. Rip the gen. He has fallen amidst... Rip Dessay. He lived bravely. And now France has fallen back because their general has been killed. Alright, so the 6-pointer was the one that reinforced, not the 12-pointer. Which is probably why they held so well, as they had a 12-pointer there. Over on this side, actually, I mean, France is not winning decisively, but they are taking a chunk of meat out of the coalition. Oh, we have a assault here. Grenadiers of Soubra versus Grenadiers of France. And then we have some cavalry charging in, infantry going in for the French. Okay, France is definitely going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright guys, we are back after another unfortunate crash, but let's get our bearings here, because we were pretty far in, so we still have the French center. It looks like it's pulling back after that melee. A lot committed into this bayonet fight. Light infantry, and of course, the Grenadiers Guard. Both sides not want to give up. Oh, actually, France is even throwing in some more infantry here. So they really do not want to give up. If they can break the center, it could be over. However, I do see a lot of volley fire on the side by the Suvorov infantry. More cav running in here, so this may be it. This French general may be killed as well. Uh-oh. Ah, the generals are all dying. That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. So many French generals have died. That is what's really hurting them right now. Now we do have, like I said, still holding strong on the right, but with the center constantly breaking and shattering. Things don't seem to be going too well, unfortunately, for the French. This may be a bit of a lost cause here. Cavalry going in, trying to break maybe a bunch of exhausted coalition forces that are trying to, you know, make a push here. 7-pointer actually getting in a melee along with Suvorov.
Our men are running.
But like I said, guys, I think unfortunately things seem to be going in favor of the coalition at this point. The French have taken such heavy losses. And it doesn't seem like the cavalry force is really being able to help them out too much either. I'm trying to figure out where the general staff is. You know, supposedly Napoleon's here. Bonaparte, but I don't see him. Unless he's here, but still. Oh, we have some cavalry going in for some cuirassiers. Maybe trying to break them, going for the flank.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, on this side, France still stuck in melee, repelling a decent amount of HRE forces, but still, I mean, they are running low on troops as well. It's just all over the board. They are just running low. And as the battle's starting to kind of like die down as more and more French troops are routing, the only real resistance left is in this LOC here, where now this 9-pointer is advancing on them. This is the beginning of the end, I'd say. This is where things kind of wind down. But still, what an epic, epic battle, and what a truly glorious, deathly skirmish that was, man. The heavy cavalry didn't even really play as much of a part in the fight as bayonet charges by just infantry did. Obviously, this area right here being the first clash, that worked so well for them. And then pushing on the flank, only thing that stopped it from being a total rollover was having the 6-pointer show up. I'm telling you, Suvorov, just deadly, deadly, deadly. But it does look like a lot of the coalition forces are dead. Like, they took some pretty heavy losses here. Uh-oh. The general got shot. The Austrians are pushing. Heavy cav closing in from two sides. The last resistance of the French. One square left. Alright, well, I'm just going to fast forward here. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot. There's going to be a mass round, most likely. They're going to charge in, they'll get this guy, and that'll be it.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Okay, so I think the 12-pointer was the one up front here. Yeah, the 12-pointer, Bring Back Militia was the 12-pointer Bonaparte. So, Napoleon, or Bonaparte 12-pointer was up at the front. That's probably why he was going to make a stand, was he was, figured, yeah, well, might as well, I'm assuming that's what it was a 12-pointer can hold back the enemy better and have the smaller points to reinforce. Obviously, unfortunately, didn't work out for them. They got overwhelmed. They got swamped pretty early on. We can see here, this one was, I think a 7-pointer. You can see he got some good kills, not tons, but if you can see the results here. So you have a Lotus as Suvrov with 1358 for the kills. You have Gord with 1105, Mapbob with 745, and then Native Hour with 1180 on the other side. Bring Back Militia with 1034. Morale is Leb with 962, Griffin with 891, and Melkor with 696. So, I mean, hey, there's some pretty good kills on both sides considering the loss from France. Unfortunately, they just got swamped on that one flank, waiting for reinforcements. I think they just didn't have enough, and the coalition had everything at their disposal almost, and were able to make a move. So, that'll be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your holiday. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.